Wacky Mank.
Wacky Mank, that's
Wacky
great.
Mank.
Wacky Mank.
We had an email from someone who reckons they remember you from body popping round Salford way.
Yeah, Eccles Precinct, apparently.
You know that,
I wasn't doing it round there, though.
Well, what do you mean?
I was round Stretford. Stretford Arndale.
And what were you doing? What sort of body popping was it?
Just a bit of everything. Caterpillar. Bit of moonwalking.
Do you have a little piece of line you used to carry around?
Well, mates had that.
Right, you didn't
Borrowed
bother with
theirs. Borrowed theirs.
Were you really good? But you weren't breakdancing, were you? You weren't spinning on your head and stuff, you were more body popping.
Well, I hope he wasn't spinning on his head, because you know that can sort of give you little brain damage and things.
It can give you brain damage. Also, it can wear your head down, and also makes your head perfectly round.
Yeah.
Because the gravity is pulling on.
But if you keep on doing it, obviously it's going to wear your hair
out, yeah. So you become sort of like a stupid, bald, and roundy headed.
Yeah, yeah.
So I very much doubt that you did do any of that. Did you, Carl?
Didn't do any of that.
Well. Right now, Carl, come round here. It's the time where I'm gonna let a cork off. Do you want to film this, Steve? For
Yeah,
the website? That'll be available on the website next week, rickygervais.com. So see Carl getting hit. One bloke suggested we leave the metal cap on because it's get a better pitch, but we take the. He's staying. It's dead out.
Let's get the camera ready.
Get the camera ready. Ready?
So if you just joined us, we are using some Lindauer's sparkling wine to basically, what can I say? We fire a cork at Carl's round
ready?
head.
Ready?
Hang on a sec. Let me just put the headphones on.
Right, film this then.
Okay.
He's in position. Look.
Just firing up.
Okay, Carl, come on there so we can see your head a little bit. We want to get the noise, the microphone there. Right, ready? Hold on.
Good. So you're just doing it.
Hold on. Now it's in position. What if it? Oh. Ready?
Yep.
Oh God! It. Oh no!
Oh, it's like Jackass.
Did it hurt?
Behind me.
What do you mean? Did it hit you?
I sort of just...
It went off. It went off course. Did it? Just glanced, did it?
Right, Lindauer's, you're going to send us 8 more bottles, please.
Yeah,
so we're going to get this right. So what did you do for New Year, instantly?
Well, I cocked it up a bit. Right?
You're joking.
Go on.
You're joking. You're joking, mate. Go on.
I went and booked a
You
table.
got the wrong day.
No, right? Booked a table at a restaurant that was shut. Right?
What?
I booked a table at a restaurant, and the one that I called, it wasn't the one. The call had been diverted. So Suzanne said, call them up and see what they're serving, right? Because I forgot to do that when I booked the table, right?
That's great, anyway.
So because the thing is, right, it's a restaurant in Covent Garden, but they've got one in Victoria. But when they answered and they said, no, Victoria, I thought that was the person who was answering the phone. Do you know how some people say the name?
Right.
Right? So then when I called them up and said, what
you thought he sounded a bit funny.
Right? So,
I'm confused, Carl, but probably not more.
Well, no,
no more than you would have been on the,
it was a branch of a,
Alright,
he doesn't want to give the restaurant away, so he phoned it up, there's one in Covent Garden, they answered the
so
phone.
it's not, the restaurant's not called No.
No, they said, no, Victoria.
Why can't we name the restaurant?
I don't know why. It's not libelous.
Are we scared that, are you scared people are going to sort of see you in there because it's your regular home?
no, it's just that, you got to pay for stuff, haven't you?
Right.
I mean, it's...
Okay, anyway, so you've
I
got...
would mention it before New Year, but it's not...
So did you go all the way to the restaurant to find out that it was closed?
No. What happened is I called
Was that the name of the restaurant again?
Right, the restaurant's called Christopher's. They've got one in Covent Garden, they've got one in Victoria. He phoned up, he went to book, it's a lovely restaurant, I've been there often, I recommend it to him. He phones up, says, can I have a table for he said, no problem, sir. Right? And then, Suzanne said, oh, you better call up, see if they've got any haddock on the, menu. And he went, hello, and they went, hello, Christopher's. Victoria went, Victoria? They went, yeah, he went, oh no. That's it, innit?
So then, I just said, no, forget it, I'm not going all the way over there. So I cancelled it, right? So, then I called up Suzanne and said, look, I've made an error. The place we were going to is shut.
Was she surprised again, or?
So we're not going, so she said, oh, try some other places, and I did. They were all booked up, right? I was fed up anyway. I hate New Year. It's always like this, isn't it? So, I said, look.
You know the common factor in all these stories? You hate Christmas, you hate birthdays, you hate New Year. It is you.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I said, I'll sort something out.
Yeah.
So I went to Tesco.
Leave it with me. Went to Tesco's, boots were shut. Got a lovely plate of condoms.
Did you just stay in and play with her birthday, her Christmas gifts?
Blowing them up. I've done some balloons.
Well, it was. We did stay in. And I watched, that thing that, 100 Greatest Moments, which was annoying me. Did you see, there was a nudist on it? You know how I feel about them.
Yeah.
Right? Did you see him?
Man with two knobs.
There was a man with two knobs on it. and a nudist who just like wanders about the house.
But it said and when he visits people, I was thinking, who lets him visit? I go,
Exactly, yeah.
But he must go there with trousers on and go, hello, lovely to see you. Can I just pop all these off? Well, not really, no.
And I tell you what annoyed me the most, they had a white sofa. If you were a nudist, you'd get a darker one. Right? So anyway, right, so we ended up watching that. That annoyed me. And then, I was tired by about 11, and I said, oh, let's go to bed. And she said, you can't. And that annoys me, the fact that, because it's New Year, you got to stay up, and it's like, well, why? Can't we just? You should bring it forward, so in case you want
to quarter to 10.
Well, you stay up, and it's like my eyes were dead heavy, and I was like, oh, I want to go to sleep. So just stay up, and then it's midnight, and you go Happy New Year, then you go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone, Carl. Some people have a little party.
So
it's over with anyway.
Yeah.
So, are you 86 years old?
It just gets on my nerves.
Do you ever enjoy? You never seem to have any fun, Carl. This is what disappoints. This is what worries me. I feel like you're going to die.
You're here,
young,
you're here, Carl, with us two. We've got three, as I was just saying to Steve, three of the greatest comedy minds ever in one room, and Steve pointed out since the goodies.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I mean,
It should be Party Central.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais, with me, Stephen Merchant.
Hello there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year indeed, and across from us, the little fellow who presses the buttons, because, to be honest, we can't be bothered.
Yep.
Karl Pilkington.
How would you describe Karl Pilkington for people who didn't hear the show last week?
For who didn't hear the show, Karl is, and he won't want me saying this, because he won't fully understand it, one of the most stupid men I've ever met.
Yes. That's absolutely right.
He has a perfectly round head.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. You can see pictures of him. Go to rickygervais.com. We've put up some photographs, just snapshots, and honestly, his head looks like an egg.
It's not an issue though, is it?
What?
We're on the radio. Doesn't matter.
It's just trying to, paint a picture for people though, Carl. It's important.
In fact, I have painted a picture. You can go to the BBC website and you can, I think you can win that if someone hasn't already.
Can you download it as wallpaper for your computer? You can. So if you want to see a cartoon representation of Karl, then there it is.
It's an original signed by me. I mean, it's not Damien Hirst.
No, sure.
But I mean, I think it's pretty accurate, Steve. I mean, for people who can't see it, but you can see a real photo but that's Karl Pilkington, one of the most stupid men alive. You know, some people still think that he's an invention.
I know.
He think that we invented him and we give him lines and stuff, as if we could do that. What? And we shaved his head as well, and made him live in Manchester for 20 years. It's.
When I was younger, I had a mobile disco.
Brilliant. So did I.
And it was me and my mate Colin Makin, and the disco is called Pilky's Making Music.
That's brilliant. I mean, genuinely brilliant. Pilky's Making Music.
But I was just looking through the papers, of course, and it's the New Year's Honours list today, and I imagine you're very excited about that, Karl.
New Year's Honours and all that.
Yeah, you're familiar with that? When people get knighthoods and OBEs?
I've heard about it.
Sir Tom Jones, you got to call him Sir Tom now. You pleased with that? Do you think Tom Jones deserved it?
Well, they sort of chuck him out to anyone now, don't they? So if he wants one, let him have one. Well, it's just, I mean, the way I saw it was, like, you know, the Queen used to give them out to people who, you know, did like big things like killing dragons and all that.
Yeah, that was a while ago, but yeah.
Now it's, you know, from dragon killers to sort of Joe Pasquale.
Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. You went in the jungle with Ant and Dec. And Karl now, we've made him what he is. He was nothing when we found him.
He was like work experience.
And now he's going, oh, we should start off with stereophonics. I'm going,
trying to tell you what to do, Ricky.
If I want anyone's opinion, I don't. Basically.
But you'd probably come to me, I imagine, wouldn't you? I'd be the first person.
Before Karl,
yeah.
I'd consult you, Steve.
Thank you.
Just keep it, just because he was in the, was it Pilky's Making Music? Pilky's Making, I bet you never pleased a crowd once.
Did. Loads of times.
Go on then, what did you play? What's your biggest gig you ever played?
I did, like a social club gig.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about the music either. I used to.
What else could it be about?
I used to take prizes and cigars and stuff.
In a youth club?
To give away.
I just love these, like, 14-year-old manx hanging out going, let's go down here, you might have some fags and cigars for us.
Well, it was whatever, like, was on my mum and dad's dressing table.
That could have been embarrassing, couldn't it?
That could have been deeply embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. Oh. You've won.
And third prize, some handcuffs.
And a black mamba. I'm not saying that at any point in your upbringing, your parents left around any kind of marital aid on the dressing table. Don't think I'm saying that, Karl. I'm not suggesting. Like, he doesn't like this, does he?
Well, I can understand why.
Oh yeah, because it's about
his parents having sex.
Well, Well, they must have.
Yeah,
At least 3 times.
I think I was an accident.
I
still have had to
alcohol. I think it's been ongoing. I just never liked any records that with a hint of novelty about them.
They are popular though, they're floor fillers.
I hate them. I just...
You haven't done DJing, have you?
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Singing
You
on the other
haven't
side of
done
your
it,
face.
have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Not
You didn't play
popular.
Dexter's Midnight Runners?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't plan it out that much when I did it. It was like, I knew I had the tights and cigars to give away.
Yes. Yeah.
Which he
At the
stole
raffle.
from his parents' bedroom beforehand.
Yeah.
Why were you giving away stuff at a disco anyway? Why weren't you just playing records?
Because people liked it, didn't they? If it wasn't...
It hasn't changed. We're doing this. We talk rubbish, we play records, and we give away crap that we
Yeah.
found.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed, has it?
And, so I had some good times. I mean, for people who haven't been listening all the time, it was called Pilkey's Making Music.
Yeah.
Colin
Colin
It
Making.
was like Pilkington, and my mate was called something Making, and the music was what we played,
Yeah.
right? And I had some
Perfect.
cards made, had some nice blue glossy cards made, but they were quite expensive.
Yeah.
So I used to hand them out, and then they'd say cheers for that, and say, no, write it down, write the number down, I want that back.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Because they were quite pricey.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Classy,
Had that
classy
done.
businessman there.
Made,
I think
saved,
Richard Branson used to do that.
I think so, yeah.
saved a bit of money, because my dad made some lights for me. He just like,
He said he made him, he found him in a telephone box.
the,
People were making phone calls in the dark.
Yeah.
Around the neighbourhood.
Exactly.
it was just white bulbs in like a box, and like my mate making, he used to just flick them on and off, like the thing, and then they'd be in time with the music and that. And
Perfect.
Well, you
like,
had to sit there and
I love that. I love that. We got our sound to light system. What's his name? Colin.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
right, so
Did you ever
did
rent
that.
him out?
Right, well, we never had any disasters, right? But my mate did one, right? And I don't know if it's that funny, really, but it.
Go
Well,
on.
I'll tell you anyway, right? He was doing this gig, and it was probably one of the biggest gigs, right, that he ever had. Must have been a couple of 100 people there.
Yeah.
And in like a big sort of warehouse thing. Anyway, for some reason, there was some problem with a big speaker that fell, right? So the police turn up and stuff,
Right.
and they try to control the night, and they're going, can everyone sit down? We try to control it. Can you sit down? So anyway, you get a few like little groups of people sitting down on the floor, and people were still stood up, and the police were saying, look, you know, we're going to cancel this whole night if you don't all sit down, and more people are sort of sitting down. It's going on for about 20 odd minutes, right? Will you please sit down? And it gets to this point when there's just one lad stood up in the middle, and he's going, look, you're ruining it for everyone. Will you sit down? And it goes quiet for a bit, and someone's muttering something, and he goes, the lad standing up has got calipers on his legs. Can we have a round of applause for the kid?
Who said that?
It was this lad who was doing the DJ. He was the DJ. So, like, they kept the police and everything were saying, well, you sit down, you're ruining it for everyone else.
Dear. You know, the quick way to sort that out would have been to play upside your head.
Yeah.
Or sit down. Yeah.
But most of mine were, I had good nights.
Yeah.
Always got rebooked and stuff, and... Someone here who I work with,
Yeah.
right, I'm not going to say they are, 'cause it doesn't matter, but they were eating, space cake, right?
What do you mean by that, Carl? Explain.
What's a space cake?
For people who...
It's some sort of druggy cake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
A dope brownie or whatever, yeah.
Right.
So with cannabis in it, is that what you're saying?
I think it's something stronger than that, isn't it? I don't know. But anyway, he was having this space cake, and...
You better give me the name now, Carl, because I've got to report him.
no, listen.
It's only, no,
It
'cause
really
is
doesn't
still...
matter.
No.
Is it Sturgis? Was it Claire Sturgis?
Yeah,
She
let's say
wouldn't
it
bother.
is.
She's gone on the hardest. She doesn't
Sure,
bother with
yeah,
dope.
she's just
It doesn't,
jammed straight up.
doesn't do anything to her
Straight
now.
to the vein, yeah.
So listen,
Yeah.
right? So he's at a party, right,
Yeah.
with his mates, and they're listening to the Star Sailor album, right?
Right.
And he sat there, and he's had some of this cake,
Right.
and he's listening to the album, and his mate sat across the way talking to someone else, right?
That's weird.
The album's on, and he thinks to himself, this track's going on a bit.
Yeah.
And his mate across the way, who's talking to someone else,
Heard him say it.
heard him say it, and he goes,
Yeah.
yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he goes, oh,
Right.
and he goes,
See, usually at this point, I say, had this bloke taken drugs, but you started the story with this bloke
No.
had done some
But
drugs.
since,
Right, Rick?
No, if he was here now,
Yeah.
right, he would say, yeah, I know it sounds mental,
Yeah.
but it happened. And
Yeah.
it wasn't just a one question, it wasn't just like, oh, this track's a bit long, innit? Yeah, it is.
He had a
It
whole
was
conversation.
A whole conversation
Sure.
with the guy. And
Yeah.
the-
What,
and
but
the-
sorry, I just want to clarify. You mean he had the whole conversation telepathically?
yeah.
Right. He didn't just shout across the
And
room.
they've recently met up and, like, they've sat there and tried to, like, work out what happened. And it's never happened
Presumably they
again.
don't have to talk at all anymore.
Yeah. Why did they meet up? Couldn't they just like in their own homes? Just stay at home.
Do they have to have that cake before they
Yeah, before they
start
have
having
to
a
chat.
conversation? Hold on, wait a minute, lads. Why are we using our lips?
Yeah.
This is using way too many oh, take them. There you go.
My only question with that is, being skeptics like Ricky and I, whenever we hear a story like that about the paranormal, the first thing we always look for is maybe some other explanation.
Yeah.
Maybe one vague idea.
Lying.
Could be lying.
Chinese whisper.
As I think you pointed out, there are drugs. It's often
Drugs.
an issue as well.
Madness.
Yeah.
Fear. Delusion. Sleep.
Yeah.
You know, there are so many things you go through.
I'm gonna go with the drugs.
before your dead grandmother
Exactly.
pops into the equation
I'm
for
gonna
me.
go with the acid.
Right. Look, you're actually a little bit stressed today, aren't you? Because you had to drink last night, didn't you?
I had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
I was down at Steve's night. He was doing a bit of DJing.
Yeah.
Went down the store.
And that's why you're all grumpy. What?
Do you hear what he just said?
What?
I was DJing last night, obviously that
so-
XFM evening.
Yeah, yeah.
Hour and a half, my friend and I split the time on the decks.
Yeah.
What was the word you just used?
He went down a storm.
We went down a storm. Right, 3 girls, I was walking to the toilets during my set, 3 girls went, you are a genius. Right? What's his name? Dane Bowers, Zane Lowe.
Because you played records in a certain order.
Yes. Sorry Rick if you can't deal with that. Sorry if you're a little bit jealous, because this time you can't share the award. Alright?
Dear.
But it was my credit this
You
time.
can tell he hasn't been a DJ. Because it's not just about
It's not just about that.
the songs you play, it's the way you play them.
Oh,
the
yeah.
way you play them, whether
Right.
it's 33 or 45, very important.
Yeah, leave your hand on
Exactly.
them as they're trying to go round. What's your favourite song
But
of all
how
time?
could you do that? Because you haven't heard how that ended now, you see. I've just told you there what he was doing.
Because you've probably got it wrong.
I haven't, and then what
I
happens at the
assume
end?
everything you say is
Alright.
probably wrong.
There you go then, you'll never know. And that will annoy you now. So, other songs I like, Rod Stewart, Killing a Georgie.
Oh yeah, that's your favourite song, isn't it?
That's good.
Because it's, yeah.
What's the story there?
Just about a little gay fella goes to New York, because that's, like, I think it was in the 70s when, like, you know, if you were gay and that, New York was brilliant.
Yeah.
That was like, you know, where they all went and stuff. Had a good life there. His dad didn't, I think his dad kicked him out or something.
No, I'm sure you're thinking of, Small Town Boy by Bronski Beat. I'm sure you're getting
Confusing
all
them.
these mixed up in the, just because it's another little gay fella, as you call him.
Anyway, he goes to New
Anyway,
York.
he goes to New York.
He's having a well time.
Yeah, having a good time in the 70s.
Oh, you're right. His dad said, how can a son of mine not be straight? I take it all back, I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And he goes to New York and that. They go out late, don't they? They have, like, late nights out and
Whoa,
stuff.
what do you mean?
No, I just mean, you know, gays like to party and that, they like to live, you know what I mean, they get the most out of life and that. Partying late. He was on his way home.
I'm sorry, that's such a general
Everyone
sweeping
goes out late and
statement.
parties.
What do you mean they like to go out late?
No, it's just if you go in Soho in London,
Yeah.
right, at like 5 in the morning, you think it was like rush hour. It's
But
mental.
you assume
Partying.
anyone who takes a bit of pride in their appearance is gay.
Well, I mean, no, you can look after yourself and that without being a little gay fella, but I'm just saying that's what that song's about. And
Can I just say, anyone's offended by this, he means no harm, he doesn't know, he knows not what he says, really, everything from Carl is totally genuine, he's not having a go, you live and let live, don't you? There is,
no.
He's a bit like Mork from Mork and Mindy.
he hasn't got a prejudicial bone in his body, but go on then.
yeah, so, and then because he was out late, he was walking back and sort of, it's a bit of a sad ending, he gets attacked and that, but it's a good song if you want a song with a story. Rod Stewart, Killing a Georgie.
Brilliant.
So 3 girls there,
Yeah.
charmed by me, they loved it.
Yeah.
Zane Lowe, XFM DJ and MTV presenter, probably one of the coolest blokes alive. He came up, gave us massive respect. He said, I'm loving your set. He actually used those words, right? There were people coming up, they couldn't believe their luck. It was roaring. We'd stick on a track, people would cheer, as it came on, right? My particular favourite, Carl, I think you'll agree, my particular triumvirate, LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, leading straight into House of Pain, Jump Around, then straight into that current Elvis track that's been re-released, remixed by Junkie XL. I played the original, which I'd already played on XFM before. I'm already there, cutting edge.
Yeah.
Right?
Three old tracks, you mean?
3 old tracks.
In a row?
Yep. And, what I think the words that would best sum it up are, I kicked ass.
Great.
Rick. Alright?
Well, I'm going to be kicking some ass today because
I
I'm
look forward to it.
going to be shamelessly self-indulgent. And we've only got 2 shows to go. So I'm playing some of the most beauteous tunes in the world. And I was just telling Carl, lined up a Simon and Garfunkel track, Only Living Boy in New York. He went, why is he the only living boy in New York? I went, what? He went, what does that mean then? I went, I don't know. He went, well, what's it about? I said, I don't care. I said, it's lovely singing. No, what's it? I said, I don't go into that. I said, he went, I like a story. I said, like what? I said, killing a Georgie, no trickery. Killing of Georgie. I think we should play that at the last.
It's good, I heard it the other day on Radio 2, it was cracking. It sounds like well.
It's really good.
Tell them what it's about again.
It's about, little girl, gay fella.
A little what? A little gay fella?
Yeah.
Right.
Who, I haven't heard it for a bit, so it's all off memory, this. But, gay bloke, is he from Scotland?
I have no idea.
But he's from somewhere where gays aren't liked.
Okay.
Right?
No.
Oh, he is, kind
Georgie
of.
Boy was Gargate's nothing more than the kindest guy I ever knew, right? Now, all he did was, right, his father said, how can my son not be straight? Kicked him out, right? Goes to America.
Yeah, but you can handle all that. You can handle your dad not getting on with you if other people around you are into the same scene.
Yeah.
But
That's
he was like, he was left on his own, he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He was getting stressed out.
Yeah.
So he goes...
And this was before, I mean, this is, when did this record come out?
Must have been
77?
77
yeah.
years, something like that.
Right.
And, he's...
During punk.
Right, oh, I see, yeah.
So,
you know, the village people had come along and made gay cool.
Yeah.
That had already happened.
Yeah.
But it wasn't respected.
but he was watching the telly or something, and he saw that New York had loads of them over there, and they're all having a good time.
Sure.
No, sorry. At no point in the song does Rod Stewart say little gay Georgie was watching telly and saw loads of gays in New York. At no point in that song.
No, but this is what I like about that song. You sort of picture what's going on.
You make it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the little gay fella was watching telly, and there was presumably and now from New York, the gay show. Yeah.
Or whatever, because it was a big scene over there, wasn't he, in the 70s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, go on.
So he goes over there, and he's having a great time and that. He's meeting...
Went to New York Town,
meeting-
very quickly settled down, soon
loads
became
of-
the toast of the Great White Way.
Yeah, they loved him. Went
All the
down.
old queens blew a fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, he was out late one night,
Yeah.
and he's walking home,
Yeah.
and gets attacked, gets killed,
Yeah.
and he's lying in the
They
gutter.
didn't intend to take his life, they just pushed their luck a little too far that night. Yeah, you see?
So...
Yeah.
But what's good there? Is it good that he had a bit of a good life and was able to be himself?
Yeah.
Or should he have stayed in Scotland?
He didn't come from Scotland. Again, I really...
Right, I think, is there any way we can get this song before the end of the show and play it? Because I've heard it recently. A lot of people listening will have never heard this song. They won't have any idea what we're talking
Can
about.
I say what you said when we were talking about that song once before?
Is it bad?
It might be. Because we were talking about, you know, Georgie Boy, and he, you know, got it. I don't know.
What?
It's when you said...
Well, it's a fact. I don't think if
Well, he said, so it's for King of Georgie, he gets out, dies, right? He goes, well, they do go out late.
I know.
All gay people
I
go
know
out
a few
late.
gay people and they start to party late on. That's
Yeah.
why in Soho, right?
Yeah.
Girlfriend got in a cab, right? Suzanne was in a cab, and the cab driver was taking her to an early start, right? She works at the BBC.
Yeah.
Early start, 4 in the morning. It was going down. It was mental in Soho at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
They were all still like starting the night out.
How do you know
Whereas-
how do you know they're gay?
It's Soho, isn't it?
Fair enough. Play a track. I'd love to be able to try and dig this out.
Yeah, we will. This is Simon and Garfunkel, The Only Living Boy in New York. It's lovely. Only Living Boy in New York. Do you like that?
It's got a nice feel to it.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Lovely.
My New Year's resolution is to be nicer to you, but
Well
talk
done, you've
sense.
already broken that.
No, but talk sense. Talk sense. You've had 3 holidays this year, and I'm just saying, you're in your 30s now, and 30s is when you should be really putting the work in.
That's true enough.
To reap the benefits in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100.
Carl, what's your New Year resolution? What about think before you speak? It's worth. I mean,
See, I'm
consider-
allowed to laugh. I'm allowed to laugh at things other people say, Carl. That one, that is a good suggestion. How was your holiday, Carl?
It was alright.
Right, brilliant.
But that, I don't see, on the ratio of, good to bad in Carl's mind, that might be amazing, because we never
It might be
hear him
amazing,
sing the
mightn't
praises of
it?
anything.
I'll tell you what, can we have, you know, a cracking little tune, and then come back and hear about Carl's holiday?
I'd love to do that.
Let's keep it tight. I can't believe, see, you're like
But
me.
people always say, why'd you get so angry? Your New Year's resolution should be calm down, chill out, you know. But how can you chill out when this stuff's going on?
What's your New Year's resolution,
Well, no, just
Carl?
with that though, I mean, surely people are allowed to, like, have a chat if a film's got subtitles. Why? Because you can read it, it doesn't matter about the noise.
That is the most stupid thing I have ever heard in my life.
No, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
that
I'm not-
really is the most stupid thing I've ever. So go along with your iPod on.
Yeah, take a ghetto blaster.
Yeah, you could if you can multitask. I mean, that would do my head in, having music, and I don't know what to sort of concentrate on. But it's only like reading a book when you're on a train, innit? You've got noise around you.
What are you talking about? These films cost millions of dollars. Everything's perfect.
The music, the sound effects.
The whole montage, this mixed and someone comes along and goes, oh, I might as well talk to Gavin on my phone. Well, I was reading it anyway. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, Carl. I think your New Year's resolution should be less stupid.
No, I'm doing. I'm going to try and learn something new every day through 2006.
What have you learnt today?
Well, I did a lot yesterday, so I'm having a day off today. but no, you know, just well, I did, didn't I? I did the Bible stuff and that. So I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, we've got that coming up.
What's your
Carl's
New Year's
sermon.
resolution? To be less annoyed.
I suppose I should be more tolerant of
And
others.
do you know what Ricky said his is going to be?
What?
It's going to be more annoying.
Yeah, well, I just thought.
But this is a wonderful hypocrisy of it, because you've just been agreeing with me about how you hate people who are annoying.
Yeah, but only to friends. People like. The thing is, right. I've got to say a couple of things, right. The reason I sort of torture Carl is because I don't know. I've got friends with defects. I don't know why. All my friends are slightly weird or stupid or something wrong with them. Carl's little round head. I mean, the brain of a fish. Right?
Yes.
I can't get my hands off his head. Robin Ince, he's got glasses. He waddles funny. He's got little thumbs. His thumbs are too short. Right.
Sure.
I can't keep my hands off him. Right. My mate Rob, who did flannels with me, he's got a perfectly round head. His teeth protrude slightly.
He's in America though for when you need a round bald head, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. When I go to New York, or and he looks a bit like Dave Hill from
Interesting
Slade.
that you're collaborating on a book, but he chooses to live in America.
No, yeah, but could I just say also that I do not advocate the use of vices on friends' heads. It's dangerous. Do not squeeze your mate's head in a vice. That's just between me and Carl, and you know. And
Ricky Gervais is an experienced annoyer.
and he probably wouldn't let me do it, to be honest. I have to offer him an awful lot of money. Also, do not smoke. There's no point. And floss. I wish I'd flossed when I was a kid. Also, if you've got a bicycle or anything like that for Christmas, please wear the correct safety gear.
Whoa.
What?
Well, I got a bike as a kid.
Yeah.
Right? And my dad, you know, I think the helmets used to come with them and what have you. I popped it on, went out my bike, coming back into the garden. Dad sees me. He said, "Come here." I said, "What?" He said, "I never want to see you wearing that helmet again. You look ridiculous."
Oh, wow. He'd rather take the risk.
No one looks good in them though, do they?
Yes, they do. Wear the helmet.
Carl, you said that your New Year's resolution was that you were going to learn something every day.
Yeah,
Have you learned anything today?
If I can. Today, like, I don't know the full facts of it, but
Could I just say that when someone says they learn something new every day, that doesn't count if they forget it the next day.
no,
Because that'd be Groundhog Day learning.
well, the thing I learnt today was about an octopus.
Oh,
Go on.
What they can do is, you know, they've got 8 legs and that.
Yeah.
They can use 6 of them legs to cover their head, so they look like a little stone, and use the other 2 to run off. Right? But that's
He's thinking of Squiddly Diddly.
Yeah, it's a Disney image in his head, isn't
He's
it?
thinking
They're
of
pink.
but anyway, but anyway, that's you know,
So
that's
it's
not the
Pink
main
singing
thing.
a song in your mind and running off, yeah.
No, but anyway, but something else I learnt, right? It's mainly about animals and that, because that's
Yeah.
normally quite interesting.
Yeah.
There's a chicken somewhere,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and
Specific.
and the owner of it was getting fed up because, you know, he had to feed it and that, but it wasn't.
Embellishment.
it
Guesswork.
No, come on, let's hear it.
It wasn't giving anything back.
No eggs.
No eggs, right? So he was like, "Oh, I'm sick of this." Anyway, someone told him, pop a little axe next to its little house, right? So when it comes out in the morning, thinking, oh, I'll have another lazy day doing nothing, right? He saw this axe, and suddenly it was like, oh, right?
I'm for the chocolate thought, yeah.
It laid about 6 eggs.
It's rubbish.
Through
Squeezed them
worry.
out
It's
super
rubbish.
quick.
The chicken wouldn't recognise an axe as a threat. It wouldn't be able to reason that, I better start working, or I'll be meat. I better start. It's absolute rubbish. Once again, it's this ridiculous thing. You got that one personifying animals to reasoning powers better than yours. I mean, I think, you know, you make chickens and monkeys cleverer than you in your stories, which is weird, okay? It didn't happen and wouldn't work. Next! What else haven't you learnt today?
No, well, as always, things like that always get me thinking.
What
right?
else haven't you learnt today?
No, hang on,
Carl?
he's got his mind's working now. This
Go
apparently
on.
has got his
Yeah,
mind
so that's
working.
rubbish.
Well, do you think then that it's worth looking after animals then if there isn't any memory? If they don't know what's happening anyway, you're always going on about don't be cruel to things.
Yeah, why would you be cruel? There's one thing about imagining chickens can reason, and because they can't, being cruel to them. Why does it matter whether an animal can reason or not for you not to be cruel to it? The reason I don't like blood sports isn't the fact that there's a fox missing. It's the psychology of the people that get off on seeing an animal ripped to pieces. They wouldn't like it if it was a robot. They wouldn't care. For some reason, in their psychology, they like this sport. Why does it have to be a sport? They're not culling. They're not putting things down for a good. They like to see this fox ripped apart or a bull tortured for their own pleasure. That's why it shouldn't do. Why would you ever want to be cruel to an animal, whether it can reason or not?
No. I mean, I don't mean really cruel, but I mean like there's an advert on that's on in the, you know, in Britain, advertising some supermarket, right? And it's saying, you know, we look at, before, you know, we kill our chickens and what have you, they have a great life. This is like the voiceover, and you see Happy Chicken.
Yeah.
And it's going, we give it a good little house to live in. It's got straw.
Yeah.
It eats good.
Yeah.
And then we kill it. Right?
Yes, but that's better, isn't it?
Well, no, I don't think it is, though, is it? Because at the end of the day, if I was that chicken, right, I'm that chicken, loving my life. I can't believe me luck, right?
Well, we'd be pleased because at least he'd be able to do the show and we'd have some interesting conversations. Yeah.
So there it is, right, wandering about. It's got its nice little field that it's working on.
Yeah.
It's got its nice food and everything. But it's going to die.
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
But then, if you were like a rubbish chicken, that had like a rubbish life, you'd be going, oh, kill me.
Carl, they're not thinking what's gonna happen tomorrow.
They don't know that they're going to get for the chop, are they?
A chicken's not going, I'm fed up with this. I can't wait for that axe to be used on my neck.
Yeah. Well, that's another now you've mentioned the cutting off of an head, right?
Yeah.
On the chicken. That's something else I've learned, right?
It's like a pinball is mine.
Amazing.
Isn't it? Ding dong bong dang, ding ding dong dong. Oh, head, ding ding, chicken, head off, bing.